Greetings and welcome back to another car vlog, since somebody actually commented on a video and told me that they like car vlogs. Yay! Thank you, friend. I'm wearing a brand new sweater that my work got for me. It has my work's logo on it. So, yeah, you can't see it, it's that frame, but it's right there. Woohoo! So my car has a bit of a shake, so if there's a little bit of a noise from that, I apologize. Not much I can do about it. Sunglasses are on because it's a little bit bright, and I was driving into a sun for a bit there. Okay, it's still okay out there, but still very bright. So I'm going to leave them on for now. Just because the sun hurts the eyes, and I have a bit of a headache right now. I have class that starts at 12:30. It's currently 11:52 right now. I'm running a bit late, because I still have about 50 minutes of travel time. Well, about 40 minutes travel time. I guess now, maybe. I don't know, but yeah, I'm a bit late. So the car's shaking because I'm going a little bit faster than I should, and the car does not like that. The car does not like that at all. But there was a news article I read just recently here that apparently some of the police departments or police services in Canada, not the RCMP, which is our federal police, which manages the majority of our policing, but like the Ontario Provincial Police and the Regina City Police, with their radar devices on their vehicles, they've stopped using tuning forks to synchronize it and set it up and whatnot. Now the manufacturer said, yeah, you should use tuning forks. I also have a bit of a cold right now, so excuse the coughing. And the officer said that, well, the tuning forks seemed to be a little bit wrong. A lot of the officers didn't know how to use it properly, so when they went into court, they would be perjuring, what's the word? They'd be committing perjury. Perjuring themselves, I think that was the term. Saying that they used it properly, or that they used it, or whatnot. Whatever cockamamie idea they came up with. So they went to the manufacturer and said, you know what, we're not really using the tuning forks. And the manufacturer said, oh yeah, we'll just remove that from the manual, and if you keep buying from us, right? Yeah. So that's throwing doubt on millions of speeding tickets across the province of Ontario, as well as the city of Regina, and throughout everywhere, because we need to know, is this necessary? Now, down in the States, it is a federal law, I believe. Well, they just said it was legal. I'm going to assume it's federal, since they mentioned the entire country. It is illegal not to use the tuning forks, because they're necessary. But up here, we don't have any such law. So, who knows? Speaking of which, right now there is no legislation on whether or not it's about assisted suicide in Canada. That's another video. So yeah, if like the federal police are still using the tuning forks for their radar device, and a lot of police services are also switching over to more laser units, which are more accurate and don't require a tuning fork anyways. So I don't know. What do you think? Leave a comment down below. Tell me, what do you think about this whole tuning fork idea? If I can find the article, I'll post a link to it in the description. If not, then oops. See if you can search it up and get some ideas on it. Just let me know. Or you know what? I might do a Google Doc poll thing. We shall see. I still have like an hour to drive. I've been talking into this phone for about 4 minutes. Going to be a lot of editing required with this one. Now, back to the assisted suicide thing that I mentioned. I said in another video, but we're going to do it in this one. I haven't done too much research into where it is right now, but I know that back when I was in high school, there was still the ongoing battle with the Supreme Court about assisted suicide. Basically what happened is this one woman was diagnosed with multiple sclerosis, or MS, since I can say that one. So she said, okay, well, right now there is a law that says that if I want to kill myself, but I'm unable to do it, and I go to a doctor and say, yo, doc, kill me, he can't kill me, he'll be charged with homicide, or some sort of murder thing. You killed the woman, we're cranky. And she said, we've already made it so suicide attempts are not illegal. Yeah, it was illegal to kill yourself before. We've changed that. So she went to the courts, and she said, can I change this? They said no. So she appealed. They said no. So she appealed, and then they got to the Supreme Court. Supreme Court said, yeah, that makes sense. So Supreme Court, after about 10, 20 years, I don't know, it's a very long time of doing this, the woman had already died. So the court case also became, do we or do we not charge the doctor that killed her? Because by that point, her MS had gone to the point where she couldn't do anything herself. She said, I didn't want to live this way. So she asked the doc to kill her. He said, sure. So it was decided, yeah, let's throw that legislation out the window. There's no legislation in place yet. So there are no laws right now in Canada about assisted suicide. That's a bright, happy topic. Just all over the place today. A few of you may have asked, and by a few, I mean, maybe one, I don't know, no one's talked to me about it, but may have been wondering why I haven't had videos, because I set up a schedule for myself, right? Well, first off, there will be no more podcasts on Fridays. I've killed the podcast. We recorded one on Sunday. It was supposed to be live. I couldn't get it to go live. XSplit wasn't cooperating. We recorded the podcast, and it was just not enjoyable to watch at all. You guys wouldn't have enjoyed it. There was a lot of awkward silences, and so the Divine podcast is done. The one we recorded is not going to be uploaded. I want to get back into the YouTuber reviews because, well, I've had a lot of fun with them, and it's good to give feedback to some smaller channels. At one point, I wanted to do a YouTuber review of someone big just to try and get some more attention on myself. But no, that's not wrong at all. The idea was Monday mumblings on Monday, clearly, a gaming video on Tuesday, YouTuber review on Wednesday, gaming video on Thursday, podcast on Friday, Saturday, Sunday so far. Those have been good because they've all been recorded and uploaded in advance. Sundays were collab videos with Raven, which were supposed to disappear, and it was just supposed to be a live Divine podcast on Sundays, but that never happened. It may come back at some point when we can get a better production, when I've actually put some effort into getting a proper background, proper layout for the video. But at this point, no. There is no Divine podcast. I've just felt like crap the past couple of weeks, and that is why I just had a piece of cardboard come flying at me. Cool. The past couple of weeks, I've just felt like absolute crap, so that's why I don't have any videos that have gone up. I believe today at 10 a.m., my Fallout 4 creative architecture video went out, where I haven't played Fallout 4 since that video, actually. Played a bit of Fallout 3 where I just threw on a bunch of console commands because I was told I need to see one specific thing. So I just threw on a bunch of console commands, God mode. Well, that's about it. God mode. And no clip. Every once in a while, toggle collision. Just so I can scoot around the place in Fallout 3. Just so I can try and blast through that. Because I can't see why Fallout 3 would be fun at all. Because I have my character. And even with, no collision and God mode, it's taking far too long and far too boring of a walk to get from point A to point B. I think I just dropped a bunch of stuff off the bottom of my car. Weird sounds. So I don't know what kind of video is going to be filling the spot on Fridays. It might be more vlogs. It might be car vlogs. Who knows? Where then Monday Mumblings will be the webcam and the car vlog on Friday. I'll have to come up with an interesting name for that, though, if I do. Saturdays and Sundays, I want to have more collab videos on the weekends, but I don't really have anyone to collab with other than Raven, and collabing with him is not going to be that easy. He's moving right now, so that's part of the reason. But once he gets into his new place, we might collab on some... What do you call it? It's that game that I had a bunch of videos on. Halo 5, yeah, we'll get into that. That is, if he's willing to play the game modes that I play in. Because if it's going up on my channel, we'll play SWAT cooperatively, or if it's going up on his channel, we can choose the game mode he likes, which he plays a lot of free-for-all. But I like SWAT because it's nice, simple, fast-paced. It's good to go. We might even just do some more creative maps. Just two of us, see if we can't get more people together. Half an hour left to get to class. Not even in the city yet. Yay! Ooh, there's an industrial auction. Cool, because I totally have money to buy industrial things. I don't know, I could buy a Traco. Don't know what I'd use it for. What just happened there? Some guy just cut off a semi. Don't cut off semis in tiny cars, people. That's not smart. That's liable to get you squished. So I'm in the fast lane doing under the speed limit. Yeah, that's fantastic, people. So today my lab in school is going to be really easy. I'm taking a computing science course. I'm only taking one class right now because I have 2 jobs, YouTube, and then school to manage. So it's going to take a while to get me through school if I keep doing 1-2 classes per term. But I should back off from this guy. But at least I'm doing it, right? Anyway, so we have a lab today. I was just messing around with some things, just playing around, and I accidentally did today's lab. So we just have to go in, write the design document for our program, then demo that as well as the new program code. Then we need to go in and, okay, you know what? Giant semi in the slow lane's passing us. Okay, so we just need to do the design document, then we need to do the reflection document, and that's it. We're done. And what we're doing in the lab today, my group, or my team, it's 2 of us, what we're doing was supposed to be next week's lab. But we knocked out versions 1 and version 2 in week 1, which was supposed to be only for version 1. So I'm hoping I can get out early, because my lab normally ends at 5, and I have to go back, which is about a 45-minute drive into my other town for my second job, which is at 5:30. Half an hour is not a lot of travel time, especially not for a 45-minute trip. And then there's the question of what are we going to do in the lab next week? Because we can't move on to the next lab, I don't think, because we need to learn how to do the stuff in the next lab, because the labs are just to cement what you've learned in the lectures, right? So I really have no idea what's going to be happening with that. I should slow down here. This is where they usually have photo radar. Photo radar is interesting because it's not an actual police officer that's doing it. It is a company that they have hired out to do the photo radar. And so they get paid per ticket, which makes me wonder just how great they are. Like, all the time I see them parked on a bridge. It is illegal to stop on a bridge. Well then, actually a funny story. I heard from a guy who was visiting his brother who was a firefighter. He's at the fire station. One of the photo radar vans pulls in and parks in the fire station's parking lot. Which, of course, is illegal because there's signs there that say, "Don't park here, fire station personnel only, and fire trucks only." So he just parks there. So a guy goes out to talk to him about it. He says, "Excuse me, sir, you can't park here." And he says, "Oh no, I'm with the photo radar. I'm doing, justice, whatnot. I work for the cops." And he says, actually, no, doesn't matter. You still can't park here." No, it's okay. I talked to the chief and I okayed it with the chief." It was the chief he was talking to, and he said, "Sir, I am the chief, and I did not okay this, and I am asking you to leave." "Oh, shit, okay." So, of course, he picks up and leaves. Nobody likes photo radar. A lot of the attitude behind it is, if I get pulled over by a cop, sure, you know what, I deserve it. But photo radar is cheap, sneaky, and should be illegal. And in a lot of cases, they park illegally. Which, you know what, if I left my vehicle laying around in the spots they leave theirs, I'd get tickets, fines, have my car impounded, but then they just sit there. It's kind of like, no, it's okay. I have a giant camera and give tickets. Means I park wherever I want. It's like, dude, you're not even a cop. You're not even a law enforcement officer. Isn't that fantastic? I don't know, you can leave me a comment on that too, down below. Or I might add that to a Google Doc. If I ever do make that Google Doc. That might be easier. I don't know. Or you could do both. I like comments. Might do a Twitter poll on it too. Follow me on Twitter at @NarielTheTrue. And if editing self here is listening, put that up on the screen, eh? Putting it up on the screen would be good. I don't know if editing me heard that. Alright, I have 20 minutes to get to class. I've been recording this for about 19 minutes, and getting through here usually takes about half an hour. So yeah, about a 50-minute trip. See, because the the fun part of this is not only that I have to park, but I have to go all the way across campus to my class. It's the only parking lot I can afford, which has a daily maximum, because otherwise it's $1 for 15 minutes. The closer one has no daily maximum and is $1.25 for 15 minutes. Ridiculous. It's like, I'm already paying you $1,000 to take one class. Do you really need to fleece me for parking too? That's the thing. Parking's not done by the U of A. It's done by a separate company. Impark, I believe. I'm not entirely sure. Depends on which lot you go to too, because they have a bunch of them contracted out to a few others. Yeah, isn't that fun? Okay, so my phone ran out of storage space. So I am now on my way to work. I've been to school. I've been pissed off at school. And I believe I was talking about parking. Right now it's 4:42. But about parking, I believe I left off saying that I think it's ridiculous that me, someone who lives 4 municipalities away, has to pay the same amount of price for someone who lives in town and has access to the bus routes. Because you have to pay for parking because the city is trying to encourage you to take public transportation. Now, how am I supposed to take public transportation when public transportation does not come to where I live? It comes nowhere near to where I live. I mean, here's the city. There's where I live. Public transportation doesn't go that far. And it's cute because when I try to get parking pass, they say, oh, why don't you take public transportation? Well, it doesn't go out to where I live. Oh, well, it goes out to Spruce Grove. Yes, but the pass that you have to pay for, mandatory payments, by the way, that you have to pay for, and you can't opt out of them. To get the bus pass for the U of A, doesn't include Spruce Grove. Oh, yes, it does. Oh, no, because I've talked to Spruce Grove, and it's an extra $15. It's, I don't remember what the price is for the pass without, but it's an extra $15. Doesn't matter who you're with, if it's with the university or if you have a city bus pass or whatever, it does not count. And it's not just them saying and not understanding, but no, the bus driver will kick you off unless you have another pass. So yeah, good on them. Anyways, for right now, I'm going to end this video. Go follow me on Twitter, leave a comment, tell me what you thought about this video, like, comment, subscribe, and I am going to now record a very angry, ranty video about my school day. So that should be coming out soon. Maybe.